Because what I was thinking in this quarantine was about the Rick Carlisle's statement about Kristaps Porzingis and his statement about the post-ups when he said that post-ups are not a good play anymore. Is not a good play anymore. Was he right? And I think he was right. But I kind of became biased with that mid-range and post-up game that I denied what he said. But now I'm a little bit more open to that concept, and because I had no other option, because that's what NBA is doing, that's what basketball is doing. It's becoming open to this new concept of eliminating the post-ups. So we are here to talk about post-ups, which are endangered and are facing the age of extinction. So what is going on with the post-ups? I'll tell you in points. Endangered, facing extinction. What are the reasons for that? Spacing, stretch 4, stretch 5s, 3-pointers, and shooting the ball. That's the main thing. So we'll talk about this. Why they are endangered? Because people are eliminating them from the game. Why they are at the age of extinction? Same reason, endangered, and after that, age of extinction. And what's the reason for that? Why are we eliminating? Because of the spacing. Because we want more spacing. Right? We want more spacing. We want more space to operate on the offense. Offense is just going double, triple, and more than that in the world of basketball. We are finding new ways of offense. So we want spacing. And what is giving us more and more spacing? Shooting the ball is giving us more and more spacing, because we are just trying to find unlimited range. You see players 19 years old, Trae Young, and 18, 19 years old, LaMelo Ball. But who started? Let's talk about also players. Damian Lillard, effortless range. Steph Curry, James Harden, and who else? I mean, everybody has that range now, right? We also saw in the 3-point contest, right? Everybody has that range. So for that range, what happens is this defense is spreading all over and the spacing is too much, and there's no way that will go to that low post for 2 points if you can get 3 points, right? If you are increasing the odds of making that 3-point shot, then you'll surely go for that 3-point line. True. Yeah, it is true. So 3-pointers are also one of the biggest reasons. That's what it is. Shooting the ball, spacing, 3-pointers, all those things are interconnected. You want more shooting. And the other reasons I gave were stretch 4s and stretch 5s. Let's talk about stretch 4. What are stretch 4s? Number 4 in basketball is used for the position of power forward. Well, it's kind of becoming positionless now, but yes, number 4 is used for power forwards in the game, and the power forwards who have the ability to play outside the perimeter. That means who can shoot the ball outside the perimeter and away from that painted area, away from that zone, inside zone area. They are called stretch 4 because they force the defense to stretch, to space. They force the defense to stretch, and what happens with that? How does it help us? Because when the defense is stretched, your center, your big men have the space to operate in the mid-range at the low post. You can operate there because it's now. If you are forward who can stretch the defense, then you will get more space to operate at the low post. But since low post, people are denying low post now, it also opens up the driving lanes, the cuttings and everything, and it opens up driving lanes. Basically, it gives space, and when you have space, you can drive, you can operate there. That's how it helps. Stretch 4s, and similar is stretch 5. Stretch 5, number 5 is used for the position of center, so stretch 5s are the players with the similar kind of ability, but at the center position. And stretch 5, stretch 4 will one day also become extinct, because those players are special, or maybe those are not common players. Those were not common players, they're now common. It was something new, but after some years it will become ordinary. So we'll not say stretch 4 or stretch 5s. It's becoming positionless game, right? So that's what is going on with the post-ups. And now let's see, what do the stats need to say about the post-ups? What do the stats say? The stats say that post-ups are one of the most inefficient shots in the game. Why do they say that? Because the number of points that it generates per 100 possession is low compared to other plays and other shots. That's why they call it inefficient. The other reason why they call it inefficient is that post-ups make the offense stagnant. Like you see Jordan, you see Akeem Olajuwon, you see Shaquille O'Neal, you see Kobe Bryant, especially Kobe Bryant, Jordan, Tracy McGrady, those players, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and many. We could talk about many of those players which were a powerhouse at the low post or at the post, who had that much of footwork, that much of who just mastered this skill at the mid range, and they were almost unguardable at that point. Whenever they got the ball at the low post, they operated and they scored. And that's what, when you are so good at that spot, what do the teams do? What do your other players do? Just give you the ball. They have to give you the ball and then stand there and watch you operating. That's what happened at the isolation too. But yeah, that's how the offense becomes stagnant with operating at the low post, and it becomes stagnant. It slows down the pace. That's the same thing. So yeah, that's what we feel with the post-up. That's what now new numbers are saying. That's what new players are saying. That's what new coaches are saying. And I've collected some data, some just upper creamy layer of the data, not going too deep into that. I collected the data of players with 5 or more post-up possessions per game. That's what I'm talking about. And I took that data from last 5 seasons, from 15, 16, 19, 20, and this is what I get. The players with 5 or more post-up possessions per game in 15, 16 were 12. In 16, 17 there were 8. In 17, 18 there were 6. 18, 19 there were 7. And in 19, 20, which means this season, it is just 3. Only 3 players are posting up 5 or more than 5 times in the game. They're having those kind of possessions. Those 3 players notably are Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, and LaMarcus Aldridge. They are good at the post, by the way. But maybe if the season continued, maybe these numbers will drop, or may have dropped, or will rise, or may rise in the future if the season starts. But these are the stats that really show the dip in in the number of post-ups, and these are just numbers that you can see with the naked eyes. You have to go microscopic to find the details of those stats to really look at the effect that's going on. That the effect that low post-ups are having in the game. I mean, it's just nullifying. They are going to nullify because not many players are using that. And there are many more reasons for that. One of those is that now post-ups, they are not a skill to be taught now. Not many players are teaching, not many coaches are teaching that, and because not many people are encouraging that, right? And if you look at the players who are still posting up, it's just because they are very dominant at that place, and the most of their offense is generated from there, and they are stars in the league. I'm not talking about everybody, but most of players who still post up a lot. So that's the only reason, because they are very good at that, and now you cannot really change that game. Or maybe we will see them changing the game in the future in upcoming years. But I'll give you players who have just neglected their post game. They were so good at post, dominant at post, but they did nothing with that. Now you see Dwight Howard. It was his house at the low post in his prime years. But now you see Dwight Howard. There are other reasons why he's like that, but the Lakers, who are one of those teams who are still posting up a lot as compared to the rest of the league, but they don't post up Dwight Howard. It's because of his role too, and that's what they want from him. They don't want him to post up. And the other player, Brook Lopez. You see Lopez brothers in the Milwaukee Bucks. Brook Lopez is playing outside the perimeter only. He's not even going to that low block. He's not even going for the post-ups. He's just there because it's also one more reason for that is because the Milwaukee Bucks offense is just like that. It's surrounding Giannis and create more space for Giannis. So you just have to operate there outside 3-point line just to give more space to him. So he's becoming a good shooter day by day. And his other brother, who plays for the Milwaukee Bucks only, Robin Lopez, has now moved to the 3-point line too, who was historically a bad shooter, and his form looked like he can't shoot, but yes, he can, and he's moving to that 3-point line rather than the low post. That's what is happening in the league. And yeah, in future we'll see less and less post-ups. But what are my opinions about post-ups? I was a little biased about post-up and mid-range, but after doing research, I think yes, post-ups, other things may be more important than post-ups, but we can't really deny post-ups, right? You know, I said like how people talk about the offense getting stagnant with the post-up. I saw Golden State's game and they used Draymond Green at the post-up. You see that prime 15-16 or 14-15 Golden State Warriors, or maybe if you look at the Golden State offense, what do is they just get the ball down to the offensive end and then they'll just post Draymond Green up, who is not a threat at the post. He won't score there, and he doesn't want to score there. He gets the ball and what he's looking at is not the basket, he's looking at his teammates. So he right there at the middle, he's just at the post and he has the ball, and it's like the strings are attached to him. The all other four players are cutting and doing it, setting screens, setting pin downs for other players, and Draymond Green just need to look at the open man and pass it out there. That's how they work, and they have done it many times. So that's how they generate their offense from the low post. They're not posting up Draymond Green to go isolate and score over them. Sometimes he takes advantage of that, because teams are used to see Draymond Green posting up, not scoring. Rather than scoring, he just facilitates. He creates the assist. He creates the passes, and he's just looking at the lanes when lanes are opening, and if he's at the low post, he's just find the open lane and the player cutting through, he'll just get the ball to him and then score. That's how they're working with that. So we can't really nullify, we can't really deny, the low post can't be denied. We also see players like Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James. They use this low post for playmaking rather than and the offense. Instead of being stagnant, the offense is at a good pace. It's smooth because you just have to give the ball to someone who can protect the ball at the low post. And if he protects the ball at the low post, other things you can do, four players just run around, cut through the baseline, anything, see the middle lane opening up and, setting the screen at the top, see the middle lane opening up, driving inside without the ball, and then just LeBron James passes it to him. Jimmy Butler uses it for the kick-out threes. LeBron James uses it for the kick-out three. You see Kawhi Leonard, when he posts up, now he was not a great playmaker, but now you see his number of assists are increasing because from that post position, he can see everything. He's at that middle inside the paint position. He can see everything from there. Now he can pass the ball to someone else. Even if the double team comes, he can just kick it out. So that's how the low post can be used. And if you are a good scorer at the low post, you can use the same strategy, but now you can score too. So you are a threat too. That's how you can use low post, just like Kawhi Leonard. If he post up, I'm saying low post, but what I'm supposed to say is post ups. Yeah, post ups. So Kawhi Leonard can just post up. He can find some other players, cutting and running inside the lane. Off-ball movement, he can see all that off-ball movement, just fine for opening. And even if he doesn't find that, he can just post up, and we know how strong he is, and he can just score right away. That's how it helps us. According to me, post-up can open up the new dimension of playmaking, new dimension of scoring for you. And that's only effective for your offense only. I think diminishing one attribute of your game just because people call it inefficient and the stats call it inefficient, I don't think that's right to do, because it can just open new dimensions to your playmaking, to your team's strategies. Now you have more and more variation that you can use. so that the defense doesn't really know what he'll do at every time, because you have so many options, right? That's what you want to have. We want to have more and more options so that we can operate more and more offense, right? But as we can see where the game, and also Luka Doncic also, he can post up, and then he has that super strong vision. Pascal Siakam is using that post up, and in the coming days you will see Giannis Antetokounmpo. You'll see him posting up, and I think you'll see more and more guards posting up, the strong guards posting up, because it's just one more thing that you can do. To be frank, it's just one more thing that you can do at the offensive end, and that can just help you. You don't want to go and run around, just go up and take that 3-point shot and just shoot, go down with the ball, without making any play. You don't want to shoot that. You want to make some plays. And if you are playing outside the perimeter, that's good. But what if the defense now has some answer for your outside the perimeter? Okay, then let's go to the low post. Let's go to the mid range, and we won't score from there, but we'll create more 3-point opportunities maybe, or we'll create more and more offense where everybody is involved. We can do it like that. Right? And I think we'll see more and more of that. So, as I said, I was biased about post-ups. I love post-up, and I'm still loving post-ups. I cannot just deny post-up, and I think they're endangered. I think they're facing the extinction, but I also think that they will come back. Some special mind, some intelligent mind will take that post-up into account and use that in that offense. Someone like Steve Kerr, like they used Draymond Green. And I think some guards are quietly taking up this post-up game, and then using it in their offense. So that's it for today. It was and thank you so much if you were there with me till the end of the podcast. It really means a lot. So that's not the only job that you should do. You should rate this podcast if you are listening it somewhere where you can rate. I don't know if you are listening it there. But share it with your friends. Share it with someone who loves talking basketball. Share it with someone if you think I'm talking good. Just share it. Just enjoy it. Thank you so much.